Hello my friends, Jacob's here once again. Welcome to Jacob's Ladder. Thanks for smashing the like button, for hanging out with me as we talk about the Prince of Darkness dying today. 76 years old, this man, Ozzy Osbourne. When I grew up, the only kids that dabbled in Satanism and scared everybody, who were pretty cool. One of them's name was Conrad. A bunch of interesting things. They had everybody so scared back in the day. They listened to Ozzy. Turned a lot of kids onto mystical things, not demonizing the man. Guy was known for doing things like biting the heads off of bats and birds and snorting ants and all sorts of crazy things. The man, he probably had a little bit of an issue. He's dead. Now, this is strange because I've covered Ozzy a couple of times. He did the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Probably remember the performance. Big, gigantic, Bale-like, fiery bull named after Ozzy on the stage. Everybody came to see it. It was a big thing. A little bit of background until I get into the strange coincidence with Ozzy Osbourne. His last show, this is a little strange too, people are talking about it, was July 5th. And it was, not the best performance. Poor guy's, he can barely get around, which also brings into question how he died. Because there's already rumors going around that Ozzy Osbourne, the former frontman for Black Sabbath, a legend who's joined the ranks of Anthrax, Metallica, and all the other head-banging rigmarole. Well, he had his big send-off on July 5th. This big send-off. It was his final performance. It was strange that it happened. And now here we are on July 22nd. And he's gone. Some people saying that this was maybe a case of euthanasia. Now, I, of course, look at these symbolic events as being very paramount. He is like the head of that kind of music. He really was a trendsetter. The fact that at 76 years of age he's now passed on, well, that says something, spiritually speaking. But what's really eerie about all of this is that from back to the beginning, which was the name of his concert, Ozzy's Final Bow, was his performance at the Commonwealth Games, where the song that he performed and finished his performance had to do with an untimely passing away, possibly taking life into your own hands, but yet you can't. It was connected to a Revelation story that I talked about. And I don't mean Ozzy Osbourne, who, remember that bull? The big great Bale bull? Now it's named Ozzy now. Oz, of course, it's named Oz, right? Why wouldn't it be named after the Prince of Darkness himself, Ozzy Osbourne? Him and Sharon, they unveiled it. It was such a big deal. Ozzy, oh, the man behind the veil. When that veil is broken, guess what happens? You see the truth. We're going to get into that because it's really spooky. Speaking of which, let's take a look at Ozzy's song. If you look at the end of the song, right? Very last paragraph. And so as you hear these words telling you now of my state, I tell you to end your life. I wish I could, but it's too late. You to end your life. Now he came from nothing, hard-working family, got into a lot of trouble. I think he went to jail when he was young. It didn't seem like he was raised with the most love in his home, but his family, of course, Sharon and Kelly Osbourne and the son Jack, they've had their struggles and their issues. Sharon recently, because everybody thinks that she's just shrinking away to nothing. These are old people from Ozempic. Sharon and Ozzy have talked about euthanasia being something that they would do, that they would maybe go to Switzerland. This is maybe going to be one of those trigger conversations where this enters into all of your social media feeds. The question is, should we be allowed to say when? I just went through this with my grandfather, who's 99. This is his ring that was passed on to me. It's onyx. Did he have to suffer? Did he have to, did we have to wait till your body just gives out? Is there a better way to do it? I'm not too sure that there is. I think that God has a time and an order for things to happen. But this euthanasia thing could be used very unwisely for a lot of people. This has already happened in other countries where you just don't want to live anymore. You have the dignity to be able to take your life. But what if there's not an end to it? What if you just have to come back again and again and again and again? Like where the people cry out they want to die, but they can't. Is there a possibility that maybe we're living our life now and focusing on what's important and trying to do the best that we can? Maybe that's what matters. I don't know, the strangeness of this, the ritual of this that a lot of people are going to say. Seems that way. Seems the fact that you got that big gigantic, bale, the bull, and at the Commonwealth Games was 2022 where I did that video, and now you have that bull, that bale. There are reports that it showed up for his final one. The red heifer. Travis reached out to me about the red heifer today. What do you think about the red heifer? Sacrificing the red heifer. And I explained that it's a picture of carnality, ruddy, red. It's a symbolic of being immature, rash. Of course, the heifer, stubborn like a bull. It's a picture of, this red heifer being sacrificed to appease God. Is really just, you need to get rid of your stubborn, immature, rash, immoral, possibly foolish nature. Got to be better. That's the sacrifice that God wants. He wants us to do good unto the world. So I don't know. You got to tell me in the comment section. But I do feel like this Ozzy thing, this Ozzy's final bow, and then he's bowing. I find it very, very coincidental. It's a new quinky-dink thing. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, this is a test. I got a great show coming out on all these things, the dreams and everything. Oh, it's gonna make you happy. But there's new merch. Remember I told you I was gonna come up with a "This is a test" shirt? Well, I got it. Tested on the front, telling that we've been tested and tried in the fire and we're shown to be okay. And then on the back, you got that really cool design. I actually designed that. It says "This is a test," and it's the form of the key, my logo on the show. So if you want to order yourself some of the new merch, get it while supplies last, because I'm gonna roll out something else in the future. And it supports the channel, and I'm grateful, and I think it's gonna look cool, and I can't wait to get mine. I hope you do too. All the links in the description of the video. Have the best day ever. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.